Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell way over there. Get all the updates. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check out Keith at 93 Lumber, spelled out. I will link to him. What's up, Keith?
Not much. How are you?
I'm great, man. I get to hang out with you right now. It's awesome. And
Yeah.
another free will beer, which you know I've been enjoying. And I don't know if I've had an IPA from them, so I'm really excited for this one.
No. That's why I said I didn't get this with the intention of sending it to you, but I bought it literally the week that I got COVID.
Yeah.
And so I didn't drink any beer. So I was like, oh, he's never had an IPA, so I'll throw it in there. So
And I've had like a decent number of their beers and a few different styles. They haven't all been like barrel aged beers. You give me a couple lagers, for example. So it's just cool. I just love that they do a variety, and it's cool they get to try another one. So again, I do really appreciate it.
yeah, it's my
Um,
pleasure.
all right, so this one's Techno is the name. Again, it's an IPA, like Keith and I keep saying, and it's got Simcoe, Citra, Cascade, and Centennial, and it's 7.3% ABV, and just awesome. I just love the artwork that these guys have. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So, 3 weeks old at this point? A month?
No. I know
I
I'm
can't
not
remember
sure
when
when
we
they
had
were
COVID.
I'm not sure when it was released, but I bought this the week of the Friday was January 13th. So it's been over a month since I
Oh,
bought
okay.
it. So
So somewhere 6 to 8 weeks old at time of review.
yeah, maybe.
Perfect.
Or
I'm
or it
not
could
one of
be
we've
2
talked about
months.
this before. I'm not a
Yeah.
super fresh. Like I won't tell my heady topper story again, but yeah, some people they drive me crazy with this super fresh nonsense. And I'm using I'm just going for it, Keith. I'm using the glass you got me too. I
Oh,
don't care it's the wrong beer and anything. I was just so
I
stoked. I love this glass. It's got the heavy glass bottom. This glass is awesome.
I didn't even think about using that glass. I was like, oh, it's an IPA, like whatever. I'll just grab this glass.
Yeah. No, I had the same thought. And I'm like, nah, I want to break. I haven't used this glass. I'm like, I got to break this glass out. All right. So you want to talk? I've been talking for a bit. You want to talk about what you think it looks like?
Yeah, it's good. It's like a nice, like kind of ambery honey color.
Hmm.
It like it's got some stuff floating around in it, but it also looks like it has good carbonation too. It's got some bubbles going up there.
I have a very good carbonation. I don't see anything floating in mine, but definitely the carbonation is there, and it's not coming across on camera super well just because of how my lighting is. But yeah,
You,
I
you don't
definitely,
have the tiny, like when I say stuff floating around in there, I mean tiny little. It's like super small. Actually, I don't even know if I would see them if I didn't have a light right here and I was holding it up
yeah,
to it. But so but also it is clear. It's slightly hazy, but it is a see-through IPA.
yeah. Yeah, it looks like very unfiltered, but not like
Yeah,
obviously not going for the New England look or anything. But yeah, you can see through it, but not like crystal clear like a Pilsner. But yeah, definitely you can see through it.
yeah. And I've got about about a finger, yeah, of a khaki-ish colored head.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I put my fingers up to it. I had two fingers. I didn't think I poured it that aggressive, but apparently I did.
Hmm,
Into the aroma.
let's do it. Mm.
I get like a soft citrus, a little floral, like not like potpourri, but like a little floral. I get some
Hmm.
nice for right now. I'm just gonna say generically citrus.
Yeah. Um, I'm getting a little bit of honey. little honey, a little bit of like like to go off of your citrus, a little bit. It's not specifically that, but a little bit of what reminds me of like orange marmalade kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's funny you said honey because I thought the same thing, but I'm like, no, it's just because Keith said it looks like honey. So I'm like, you're just like honey's in my brain, but like almost like a hoppy honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how the malt
And
sweetness.
I should just say I did have this the night that I bought the 4-pack. I did drink one out of the can, but that was like 5 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
I have no recollection.
So I have not had this, if that wasn't clear. That orange marmalade, Keith, that's a really good note, man. That's like exactly what the citrus is. Like that honeysuckle. So, which I think combines the floral thing I was saying with what you were saying with the honey.
Yeah, that honeysuckle thing. That's yeah.
Maybe a quick zest of a lemon. So maybe citrus a couple ways. Good malt coming through though, like that honey thing. You get the hoppiness. Don't get me wrong, and the things the hops are bringing to the show, but like you do get a nice something I haven't said in a while. At least like, and I think the taste will probably be similar. That malty backbone, like it smells like it's gonna like be one of those beers when I drink them. Like, oh, it's got that malt backbone nicely, there.
Yeah.
You want to get into taste or more sniffing or what?
Let's do it. Yeah. I should just say it does have West Coast vibes, or just West Coast style vibes, but it's not completely West Coast.
So, I agree 100% with that assessment.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, Keith. Thanks again, buddy. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Unless you want to say something first.
Go ahead.
And this is giving it to me. I love like I'm not a huge IPA fan. I do enjoy them. But there's something about when you get a creaminess and also that bittering thing that I really like. And that gives this to me. And
yeah, no, this definitely has that. Yeah, it has an awesome level of bitterness. And like you were saying about the aroma, like it's West Coasty. Tell you what, this aftertaste, very like double IPA West Coast for me. Like some pine and all that stuff, which I did not get anything like that in the aroma, but some nice pine in the aftertaste for sure. Maybe even throughout the sip.
I shouldn't say creaminess. I should say it's not a creaminess. It's like a fluffiness. Like, I don't know. Like it's got that fluffy mouthfeel, and then you get the bitterness. I like it.
To go back to the note you had about the orange marmalade, it's like a hoppy, bitter, like very orange rind heavy marmalade kind of a thing, which I think is the marriage of what some of the hops are doing with the malt in this beer.
Way more like it's not I wouldn't say it's specifically orange in the taste though, but it's very pithy. It's very like citrus pith.
And maybe because it's just so profound in this aftertaste, but now I am smelling a little bit of like pine, but it might just be because I'm tasting it. It's a cool hop combo.
Yeah. I might say like, and I know some people enjoy this, but I would say this maybe drinks a little. It is like 2-ish months old maybe, but like it does drink a little less smaller than than the ABV, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Like man, I kind of keep going back to, like you were saying, West Coast vibes. Like there are so many parts of this that scratch that itch for me without it being full on
Yeah.
West Coast, you know. The mouthfeel reminds me of West Coast. This, pine thing at the finish, even that orange marmalade, I more associate, West Coast, but it's not solidly in that style either. Yeah, a little caramel breadiness in the malt, too. I do get some pine in the sip. I'm finally able to say a little resinous pine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It like West Coast. I mean, I know I said it, and I wasn't really thinking it when I said it, but like West Coast, like you said, West Coast vibes is like a good way to put it because it's
Yeah,
like not. I feel like if this was called a West Coast IPA, it would be like this is I don't know. I'm trying to say something. I don't know
yeah.
how to
You
say
could see
it.
people pushing back if they just straight up said West Coast style IPA. You could see some people being like, "Well, it's not a traditional take on it,
Yeah.
but it's sharing, I don't know, 75% of the DNA with a West Coast IPA." Like, but especially anymore, like I mean, and again, why I wanted to do this review together with Keith, how much I like IPAs versus how much Keith likes IPAs. But I know like this is more your pace when it does come to
Right.
IPAs. But I think we both agree that like it's kind of cool to see the blending of styles or a little bit of experimentation within the styles. And this one I think falls under that for sure in a cool way.
Yeah. Yeah. I find like yeah, because even like now with IPAs, like yes, I enjoy like the super like fruity kind of not fruit added, but like
Yeah.
the IPAs, the sweeter, fruitier IPAs. And then I've enjoyed West Coast style IPAs, the more bitter,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. I but for me these days, like I think stuff like this is more fun. Like
Yeah.
like I'm more maybe don't like it more, but like I'm more like interested in trying these kinds because
Yeah.
it takes things out of both sides of it that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Especially when it's done well, like this one.
Yes, exactly. It almost like nostalgia too for me because I do drink so many of like the more New England new style
Mm-hmm.
IPAs. When you drink some of this, it's like, man, I used to drink beers, and again, I would say about 75% of the way to West Coast with this one. It's just like, man, I like these flavors, and I do think there's a little bit of a reemergence of West Coast style IPAs happening right now, which is cool, and I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Um, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so. I think I've said all of the things that I was thinking.
I'm okay with that. Thanks again, brother. I really do. I appreciate this. It was cool to try one of their IPAs, and obviously from both of us, this did not disappoint. So thank you again. I appreciate it. Everyone watching, I know I've said this many times. If you are not yet watching Keith's channel, I don't understand you. Like you and your choices don't make sense to me. So make sure you check out Keith at 93 Lumber, spelled out. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, imbibe, Keith. Cheers.
Cheers.